Alright, welcome back everybody to a rather unusual episode. One that we haven't done before, but if you guys enjoy it, we'll do it more often. Because the month of July was one of the Criterion sales, they do it in July and November, we figured we'd show you what, as Culz Paranormal Collective here, we picked up, which is quite the haul for July, as you can see. I mean, I'll put these dinosaur figures on either side just to kind of show you just how kind of almost ridiculous this haul was. But let's get into it and see what we got. Alright, so first up is Spy number 34, which is Andrei Rublev, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky. This is a biopic of the painter Andrei Rublev. So definitely I think this one will at least make an appearance at some point in the future within our new series, True History of the Silver Screen. Next up is Spy number 65, which is Rushmore by Wes Anderson. Could this be one of his better films? It's possible. Next up is Spy 134, which is Häxan, a 1922 Swedish film about like the history of witchcraft. So definitely, much like we did the crossover with Andrew and Matt last year about the Ouija movie and Board, I feel like this one definitely will make an appearance there in our crossover with Tales of the Craft and Spirits of the Silver Screen. Next up, Spy 435, which is The FURIES, filmed by Anthony Mann. I'm actually not quite sure about this one. It's a blind buy. Alright, Spy 539, which is House. This one is definitely one, if you watched our 4th of July shenanigans vlog, you saw us pick up then. And this one, even though it's not based really on anything, we definitely will be talking about it in some fashion or another. We just want to branch out a little bit in cinema on the channel and talk more about that as well. So, House is definitely on the list of things that we'll cover in this new year. Spy 565 is The Great Dictator, starring the one and only Charlie Chaplin. And obviously, this side facing up, you can see that it's Charlie Chaplin, but if you spin it upside down, you see Adolf Hitler. So kind of interesting how they did the cover art there. And this one, even though it's not like a biopic of Hitler, I think this one could come up in the true history portion of our series. Just talking about like when it was made and why, and kind of how it was viewed and how it's viewed now. Like how, through time, how have we changed our view on this film. Alright, so 575 is The Killing. It's one I've wanted to pick up for a bit now. If you're a fan of The Dark Knight, the mask on the cover, you'll probably recognize. And for more reasons than one, and if we ever do talk about this film, because it's obviously directed by the one and only Stanley Kubrick, we have plans of doing The Shining as well as Eyes Wide Shut. So, yeah, who knows, maybe we'll just do a Stanley Kubrick week and do Culz reviews or, Spirits of the Silver Screen or whatever. 591 is 12 Angry Men. Not a lot to talk about here as far as, I feel like a lot of people probably know what this film is. Obviously, it's not even a courtroom drama, but a drama just with these 12 people trying to decide the fate in the court case. Pretty simple. But as far as being driven by dialogue and being set in one room, it's definitely up there as a masterpiece. Spy 647 is On the Waterfront. And, obviously this is one of Marlon Brando's works that I think everyone knows. That or A Streetcar Named Desire. Obviously The Godfather. But being one of his earlier works, a lot of people I think know the quotes from the movie. And maybe it's just been a little lost to time. Will we talk about it? I don't know if we'll ever talk about it on the channel unless you guys request it, so let us know. But we'll definitely, talk about like One-Eyed Jacks. That one's already going to make an appearance in one of our episodes coming up, so another Criterion film coming up in the future. 654 is Repo Man. We picked it up because it's an interesting movie. It stars a younger Emilio Estevez, who we are covering Young Guns, so perhaps, one day we'll branch off and cover more of his films. 670 is To Be or Not to Be. This one's the most recent one that we've bought for the sale that Criterion puts on. during July, and they do another one in November through Barnes & Noble. Obviously, that's where we've gotten them all. But yeah, perhaps we'll talk about this. We'll figure it out in the future. 748 is Watership Down. This one, I'm sure a lot of people maybe have read the book. I don't know if as many people have now seen this film. There's a remake. I'm sure more people, unfortunately, are pricing that one. Andrew and I have talked about maybe doing this one in some form or fashion. We'll have to find out. 823 is The In-Laws, and I picked this up because the cashier said it was one of the funnier movies they've seen, and I should check it out, so we'll give it a watch. 826 is The New World, one that I feel a lot of historians don't like. So this one, though, we will be talking about true history of the silver screen. I feel like it will be one that we should probably cover. It's immersive. A lot of historian people will say it's immersive, but there's definitely things that we could probably talk about. 868 is Tampopo, which, much like House early on, if you watched our 4th of July shenanigans video, you saw when we got it. And much like House, we will definitely talk about this sometime on the channel, because as a group, this is one we will all watch together. 897 is Barry Lyndon, again by the great Stanley Kubrick. So much like the earlier The Killing, we'll probably talk about this at some point. This one does have more historical stuff we could talk about. It'd definitely be more of a historical immersive film. So yeah, stay tuned. 909 again is one of our later pickups for the month of July. That's Night of the Living Dead. Just great artwork on the cover. And yeah, we just had to get zombies. And for the month of October, being that it's Halloween season, definitely feel like we'll talk about it. Next up is Spine 940, which is The Ballad of Gregorio Cortez. This is one that I feel like at some point we'll talk about. The movie is recommended for being super authentic to any time period. This one being the West. Yeah, we definitely want to check it out. Obviously, we spent a lot of time researching the West with our Billy the Kid stuff, so this one piqued our interest. Alright, 948 is The Princess Bride. Picked this up because my daughter really enjoys the film. She has it on DVD, but when I saw it on Criterion, I said, why not? Alright, Spine 998 is When We Were Kings, which follows Muhammad Ali. Originally it didn't. Originally, the filmmaker Leon Gast had gone to Africa to film the music festival that was accompanying the Rumble in the Jungle. And, you know, because of certain delays and stuff like that, he got to stay longer and film more about Muhammad Ali and really see more of that story. So yeah, will we cover this at some point? Definitely think we will. Spine 1025 is The Grand Budapest Hotel. Sadly, I have not seen this film, but I feel like I will at some point here in the near future. 1078 is Nightmare Alley. Again, this is a blind buy compared to... I've not heard anything about it, but I've seen other films with Tyrone Power, so I figured why not. 1085 is Bring Up Baby, which is one of two that we got that was released this month of July, 2021. I started watching this and it was very low res, so when I heard that it was coming to Criterion, I stopped and decided I'd wait and watch it then. Last but not least, Spine number 1086, Deep Cover, film by Bill Duke, and it stars Lishburn and Jeff Goldblum. I have not seen this one either, at least I do know about it though. Alright, so here's everything that Culz Paranormal picked up for the month of July's sale at Barnes & Noble. Quite a bit, and quite a bit that we'll actually be able to cover on our channel. Though, like I said during the video, if there is one that we'll probably not cover on the History series or the Paranormal series or anything like that, and you want to hear us talk about it though, leave a comment, we'll read it, we'll watch the film, we'll break it down, we'll give a whole review. Whatever you guys want us to do, we'll check out. So just let us know. We're always happy to cover it. This is different. Perhaps we'll do a November one, or definitely next July one, when there's some more time for them to stock up. So if we ever do one of those, a link will pop up in the top left corner. If you want to see, though, our film series that we do, the Silver Screen series, click that playlist in the bottom left corner. For more of us here at Culz Paranormal, click that link at the top right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, did you pick up any Criterion during the month of July?